Have you ever wondered if giving everything to your children might do more harm than good? As parents, it's natural to want the best for our kids, to share what we've built, and to give them everything they need for a successful life. But what if, in trying to provide, we risk losing something priceless, our independence, peace, and happiness? In this video, we're diving into 5 essential things every parent should protect as they enter their golden years. We'll explore the hidden dangers of transferring all your assets, why maintaining a portion of your wealth is vital, and the importance of balancing love with autonomy. You'll hear real-life stories that reveal the consequences of sacrificing too much and discover how small decisions can have a profound impact on your relationships, happiness, and even your children's well-being. By the end, you'll understand why safeguarding your independence and setting healthy boundaries can lead to a more harmonious family life. So, stay with us because these insights might just change the way you see your future and your role as a parent. Don't miss a single tip, as each one builds towards a happier, more fulfilling life for both you and your loved ones. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1. Do not transfer all your assets to your children. For generations, it has been a deeply ingrained belief in many cultures that parents should pass down their wealth to their children, imagining it as a way to secure the family's future and promote unity. The idea is often romanticized. Parents envision a legacy that their children will cherish and benefit from, feeling pride in having worked hard for the next generation's security. Yet, as much as this tradition holds sentimental value, transferring all assets to children without careful thought can lead to unintended consequences, especially in today's complex world. We live in a time when retaining a portion of one's wealth is not only practical but wise, safeguarding a parent's independence and ensuring they live with dignity in their later years. The reality of aging brings challenges that are hard to predict. Physical strength wanes, making work difficult, if not impossible, and relying solely on pensions or savings, especially if depleted too early, can put parents in a vulnerable position. Imagine the emotional toll of having to ask children for money for basic needs after a lifetime of providing for them. It can be a heart-wrenching situation, one that affects a parent's sense of pride and self-worth. Retaining some assets allows parents to maintain their autonomy, reassuring them that they have the resources needed to support themselves no matter what life throws their way. In addition, family dynamics and structures have evolved significantly over time. In the past, large extended families often lived together, with younger members taking on the role of caregivers as their parents aged. But today's world is different. Many children live far from home due to work or other commitments, and economic pressures mean that they might not be in a position to support their parents financially. This isn't necessarily a sign of neglect, but rather a reflection of modern reality. Holding onto some assets enables parents to plan for their own needs and create a financial safety net, freeing their children from the emotional and financial strain of having to provide full support. Beyond financial security, retaining assets is about preserving harmony and respect within the family. Sometimes, when all assets are transferred, there can be unintended consequences on family relationships. Sibling rivalries, clashing expectations, and even resentment can arise if some family members feel they've received more or less than others. Sadly, in many cases, these disputes cause divisions that harm lifelong relationships. By keeping a portion of their assets, parents can prevent these conflicts, making it clear that their support is balanced and thoughtful, focused on family unity rather than wealth alone. Moreover, by choosing not to hand over everything, parents send a powerful, life-enriching message to their children. It's an opportunity to demonstrate the values of hard work, resilience, and independence. When parents retain their assets, they give their children the chance to strive, to stand on their own 2 feet, and to find satisfaction in their achievements. This is an invaluable gift, as it empowers the next generation to create their path, rather than relying on an inheritance. Children who learn to depend on their abilities often build more resilient, fulfilling lives, discovering that true success is more than just wealth. It's about integrity, character, and the satisfaction of personal growth. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. There are also practical reasons to hold on to assets. Life is filled with unpredictable moments. Sudden health issues, accidents, or other emergencies can bring unexpected expenses. Imagine facing a medical emergency without the financial resources to handle it. This can be a terrifying experience for both the parents and their children. By keeping some assets aside, parents are prepared to face these moments with confidence, ensuring they don't have to turn to their children for every unforeseen need. This creates a deep peace of mind, not only for the parents but also for their children, who know that their parents are well cared for. Finally, there is a subtle yet profound truth in retaining some wealth. It's about honoring one's life journey and ensuring a graceful, dignified old age. Parents who hold onto assets aren't just safeguarding their financial future, they're preserving their right to enjoy life fully, to make choices freely, and to avoid feeling like a burden on their family. This independence is a source of pride, allowing them to enjoy their golden years with the confidence that they have the means to live as they wish, without constantly depending on others. In doing so, they can maintain the role of loving, supportive parents while enjoying a life of their own, free from the constraints of financial dependence. In essence, by not transferring all their assets, parents create a balanced environment where family relationships thrive on love and mutual respect, not on financial dependency or obligation. This choice brings profound benefits. Parents remain dignified and self-reliant, children grow with values of independence, and family harmony is preserved. This approach is not just about money. It's about family bonds, mutual respect, and the peace of knowing that everyone is empowered to live their best life. In making this wise choice, parents can cultivate a family legacy that's far richer and more enduring than any inheritance could provide. 2. Create a solid will. Creating a solid will isn't just about allocating property or possessions. It's a profound act of love, responsibility, and care that can shape the future of the family you leave behind. A well-thought-out will give voice to your wishes, reflects your values, and can be a powerful source of peace for loved ones. Crafting a will isn't just a legal formality. It's a step towards safeguarding the emotional, financial, and even spiritual well-being of the people who matter most. Let me share a story that highlights the significance of planning and foresight. In a quiet village nestled among green hills, lived an elderly couple who had spent years building a comfortable life for themselves and their family. Through hard work and countless sacrifices, they amassed a modest estate, including a small patch of land and a savings account they intended as a legacy. They raised 2 children, a daughter known for her kindness and compassion, and a son who was expected to carry on the family's name and legacy. Over the years, they saw their children grow, marry, and start families of their own, filling their lives with a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. When their daughter married, they gave her a generous financial gift to help with her new beginning, expressing their support and love. Confident in their son's commitment to them and trusting he would care for them in their golden years, they transferred all their remaining assets to him, believing this act would secure his commitment and ease any financial burden he might face while caring for them. At first, their son met this responsibility with sincerity, making sure his parents felt loved and taken care of. He visited them often, ensuring they had all they needed and were comfortable. For a time, it seemed their plan was working as intended. The couple enjoyed a warm relationship with their son and his family, feeling appreciated and valued. However, as they aged, the inevitable challenges of declining health arose. Medical bills began piling up, and frequent doctor visits became a necessary part of life. Their care needs increased, and though their son was devoted, the financial strain began to take a toll. His household, once bustling with warmth, grew tense as finances became tighter. The son's wife began to feel the pressure of stretching their budget, and the family atmosphere, once joyful and lively, grew somber and uneasy. Family dinners became quieter, laughter was less frequent, replaced by silent, unspoken worries. For the elderly couple, this change was heartbreaking. They felt the impact of their decision to transfer all their assets more deeply with each passing day, realizing they had relinquished not just their finances but also their independence and security. Their hearts grew heavy as they became aware of the unspoken strain they were causing, and a subtle fear began to take root. A fear of being resented, neglected, or worse, treated like a burden by those they held dear. This once happy family found themselves struggling with unexpressed frustration and tension, illustrating a sobering truth about the vulnerability that comes with total dependence. Seeing the shifts in their son's demeanor and feeling the growing resentment in his wife, the elderly couple began to understand that they had given away something irreplaceable: their autonomy. They felt the absence of control over their own lives, which extended beyond financial loss and reached into a loss of dignity and self-worth. Their lives, once vibrant and self-reliant, had become quietly overshadowed by fear and regret. In a neighboring village, another elderly couple took a different approach to planning their estate. They, too, had worked hard to create a small but meaningful inheritance. As they aged, they thought carefully about how to distribute their assets. Instead of giving everything to one child or relying solely on family for support, they decided to divide their estate into 3 parts. 1 part for each child and 1 part for themselves. They retained a portion of their savings and used it to build a modest cottage nearby, allowing them to remain close to their family yet independent. With their resources at hand, they felt free to make decisions about their health, well-being, and day-to-day lives without placing a financial or emotional burden on their children. This decision not only granted them a sense of security but also brought tremendous peace of mind. They could enjoy family gatherings without the unspoken weight of obligation or dependence. They had the freedom to live on their terms, maintaining their dignity and autonomy. Because they had their own space and funds, they never felt like an imposition. Visits were filled with genuine warmth and love, free from any underlying resentment or tension. The couple knew they had given their children a valuable gift by preserving their independence and ensuring no one felt pressured to provide or sacrifice on their behalf. Even more importantly, they planned their affairs meticulously for the time after their passing. By designating clear asset distribution and arranging for their care in advance, they protected their family from potential disagreements. When the inevitable time came, their children were able to grieve in peace without facing the often painful and divisive process of deciding what belonged to whom. This careful planning left a lasting legacy, a memory of love, thoughtfulness, and consideration for their family's well-being. This second couple's story serves as a poignant reminder of the power of independence, foresight, and planning. Retaining even a modest portion of assets can alleviate financial anxiety and allow one to enjoy retirement with dignity. A carefully constructed will doesn't just distribute wealth. It protects loved ones from future hardship, preserves family harmony, and fosters the deep emotional peace that comes from knowing that everyone, including oneself, has been considered and cared for. Through such acts of responsibility and care, we leave behind not just possessions, but a legacy of love, thoughtfulness, and respect that our families can cherish long after we're gone. 3. Balance, love, and autonomy. Life's journey, especially within the family, is filled with unexpected twists and turns that remind us of the delicate balance between love and autonomy. Society often holds on to the belief that children will support their parents as they age, offering emotional and financial support in return for the years of nurturing they receive. But real-life circumstances are seldom as straightforward as this ideal. Many parents, driven by a deep sense of duty and love, continuously place their children's needs above their own, even as their children grow into adulthood and establish lives of their own. Yet, there comes a time when it becomes equally important for parents to prepare for their future, especially as they approach their golden years. This is not a call to lessen their love, but rather a gentle reminder that they too need security, stability, and independence. Planning for retirement, securing financial resources, and having the freedom to make decisions based on their well-being are crucial to a fulfilling life. It's all too common to see aging parents tirelessly investing their energy into household chores, cooking, and shopping for their children and grandchildren. While these actions flow from a place of unconditional love, they often involve profound sacrifices. Imagine the mother who, despite aching knees, spends her days standing in the kitchen, preparing meals that everyone enjoys, or the father who, despite feeling exhausted, insists on maintaining the family home to ensure everything is in perfect condition. These acts, though beautiful in sentiment, come at a cost. While they reflect an endless well of love, they also raise an important question. Does this level of sacrifice lead to a genuinely happy and balanced family life? Parental love is indeed boundless, something the ancient adages echo so well. A father's love is as enduring as the mountains, and a mother's love flows as steadily as a river. Yet, even this limitless love must be met with wisdom, restraint, and self-care. As children grow into adults and build their own families, parents must begin to gracefully shift their roles. It is natural for parents to want to remain supportive pillars in their children's lives, but constantly placing their needs last can turn love into a silent burden. Continually sacrificing for grown children can erode a parent's physical health and mental peace, reducing the joy and satisfaction they should be experiencing in their later years. If parents perpetually take on responsibilities meant for their adult children, those children are robbed of the opportunity to develop important life skills like independence, resilience, and accountability. Without these experiences, adult children may miss out on personal growth and self-reliance, key qualities needed to navigate their own lives confidently and competently. Moreover, parents, after decades of dedicating themselves to their families, have also earned the right to prioritize their well-being, passions, and dreams. There's a profound truth in the saying, "Don't overexert yourself in old age." This message encourages elders to protect their health, value their rest, and enjoy the well-deserved peace that comes with aging. Parents who spend years pouring every ounce of energy into their family without reserving any time for themselves often risk burnout, stress, and physical decline. Instead, by pacing themselves and setting boundaries, they can protect their health, allowing them to continue being a positive presence in their families' lives, without sacrificing their quality of life. They deserve time for relaxation, self-reflection, and the pursuit of their interests. Activities that not only bring them joy but also enrich their wisdom, making them role models of balanced living for future generations. This balance between giving and holding back, between supporting and stepping aside, ultimately serves the whole family. When parents gradually step back and allow their children to assume full responsibility for their own lives, they not only grant them the priceless gift of independence but also foster a healthier, more mutually respectful family dynamic. Such a dynamic promotes individual growth, empathy, and understanding on both sides. For parents, this balance enables them to enjoy the fruits of their hard work, secure in the knowledge that their children have the skills and maturity to manage life's challenges independently. For children, the freedom to stand on their own, learn from their mistakes, and experience the rewards of self-sufficiency contributes to a greater sense of accomplishment and confidence. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. This delicate dance between love and autonomy, where parents love their children wholeheartedly but allow them the space to grow, is perhaps one of the most profound gifts one generation can give to the next. By honoring their own needs while respecting the independence of their children, parents create a legacy of strength, wisdom, and balance that ripples outward, enriching future generations. 4. Share responsibilities and repay support with actions. In the journey of family life, it's all too common to take the tireless support of our parents for granted. Often, we fall into routines where we receive more than we give back, especially from those who love us most. But true gratitude, the kind that speaks volumes, demands more than a simple thank you or a passing gesture of appreciation. Real gratitude is rooted in action, in the choices we make every day to lift the burden off our parents' shoulders and, in turn, to show them just how deeply we value their sacrifices. It's about recognizing the immeasurable love, energy, and time they've invested in raising us, guiding us, and supporting us through every challenge, often putting their own needs and comforts aside for our sake. Reflect on what it truly means to give back. Our parents have shaped our lives, not just in big, memorable ways, but in countless small, often invisible acts. From the early days of sleepless nights spent tending to us as infants to the endless patience they've shown as we grew, they've poured their hearts into our well-being. Even now, as we've reached adulthood, many parents continue to shoulder the responsibilities of the household, managing chores, finances, and family matters as if they will always have the strength to do so. But is it fair, or even compassionate, to expect them to keep carrying these burdens alone? When we see them working late into the evening or bending over yet another task, it's a reminder that a true family is built on shared responsibility, where each member willingly contributes to the well-being of others. Imagine the joy and relief our parents would feel if we stepped in to help with the tasks they've managed alone for so long. Instead of waiting to be asked, we could offer to clean, cook, handle errands, or tackle maintenance tasks around the home. It's in these daily actions that we tell our parents, "I appreciate you, and I am here for you as you've always been here for me." This approach isn't merely about reducing their workload. It's about showing them the respect they deserve, affirming their invaluable role in our lives, and letting them know that they are seen and cherished. True gratitude, after all, is demonstrated through our willingness to lighten their load, not because we have to, but because we want to honor all that they have done for us. By sharing these responsibilities, we also allow ourselves to grow, to learn what it takes to run a household, manage time, and balance the demands of daily life. Each task we take on, whether it's preparing a meal or organizing family schedules, is a chance to develop resilience, accountability, and empathy, qualities that shape us into well-rounded, responsible individuals. These moments of shared effort teach us the importance of teamwork, patience, and the value of contributing to something bigger than ourselves. When we work side by side with our parents, we're not only practically supporting them, we're fostering a deeper connection built on mutual respect, care, and love. This balance, where each family member plays an active role, is the foundation of a harmonious and joyful home. In this environment, our parents feel valued, knowing that their sacrifices are recognized and that their efforts are reciprocated. They feel that their years of hard work and devotion have inspired a similar spirit of generosity and responsibility in their children. For us, it's a profound reminder that a happy family is not a one-sided relationship, but a tapestry woven from countless acts of kindness, shared duties, and genuine investment in each other's well-being. In such a home, there is a sense of unity and belonging that goes beyond words. Each family member feels cared for and respected, knowing that their contributions, however small or large, matter. This unity creates an atmosphere of peace and stability, a place where love and understanding thrive, and where everyone feels safe and cherished. As we continue to embrace responsibility and repay support with actions, we help to ensure that our family bonds will endure through generations, built on a foundation of love, respect, and a shared commitment to each other's happiness and growth. 5. Avoid excessive worry about children's future. In our rapidly evolving world, it's only natural for parents to feel some level of concern about their children's futures. From societal pressures to economic uncertainties, there's no shortage of potential worries. However, there's a distinct difference between staying reasonably informed and slipping into a cycle of excessive worry. Excessive anxiety about children's future challenges not only drains parents mentally and emotionally, but it can also inadvertently affect their children and, ultimately, deprive parents of the peace they deserve, especially in their retirement years. Firstly, excessive worry can accumulate over time and take a significant toll on parents' mental health. A continuous focus on what could go wrong, career challenges, financial stability, social pressures, or health concerns for their children, leads to heightened stress, anxiety, and sometimes even depression. Such a mindset can result in sleep disturbances, mood swings, and physical health problems like high blood pressure or weakened immune function. These mental and physical effects make it difficult for parents to enjoy day-to-day life, not to mention the more precious moments they might share with family and friends. In essence, parents may unwittingly sacrifice their health and happiness in a quest to foresee and protect their children from potential future struggles. Moreover, when parents worry excessively, this anxiety often seeps into the parent-child relationship. Children are sensitive to their parents' emotional states, Even if it's unspoken, they can sense an atmosphere of concern and unease. This silent transfer of anxiety can be especially burdensome, making children feel as if they are under constant pressure to meet expectations, avoid mistakes, or fulfill visions that aren't their own. Instead of fostering a sense of confidence in their children, excessive worry can inadvertently communicate a lack of trust in their abilities. Children might internalize this concern as a sign that they aren't fully capable, which could hinder their sense of independence and self-confidence as they face challenges. For children, feeling overly responsible for their parents' peace of mind can also lead to undue stress. They may feel pressured to choose career paths, relationships, or lifestyles that align with their parents' hopes rather than their aspirations. This unintended consequence may strain the relationship and cause children to experience a disconnect from their parents, who only had good intentions at heart. Instead of being a source of support, excessive worry may create tension or emotional distance, where children feel less free to share their lives openly. Additionally, the burden of worry can rob parents of the opportunity to enjoy their retirement years and find joy in their own lives. Instead of embracing the freedom that comes with later life, pursuing hobbies, nurturing friendships, traveling, or simply finding contentment at a slower pace, parents who continue to worry excessively miss out on these fulfilling experiences. Living in a constant state of concern restricts their ability to savor this unique phase of life, one that is meant to bring satisfaction from personal achievements and connections beyond the parental role. To adopt a more positive outlook, parents can take comfort in recognizing the unique strengths and abilities of their children. Trusting that children have learned valuable lessons through the family's guidance, parents can focus on fostering resilience and a spirit of independence in their children. They can remind themselves that their role as mentors has equipped their children with the tools to make sound judgments, face challenges, and carve their paths. By acknowledging their children's growth and competence, parents can shift from worry to a more supportive stance, cheering from the sidelines instead of feeling the need to direct every play. This doesn't mean that parents should withdraw entirely from their children's lives, but rather that they should cultivate a balanced relationship where they serve as guides when needed rather than overseers. Learning to let go is a process, and it can bring parents a renewed sense of peace and fulfillment. Letting children navigate the ups and downs of life independently fosters resilience and self-reliance, skills that are critical in an ever-changing world. In turn, parents can take pride in their children's accomplishments, enjoying the satisfaction of seeing them thrive without feeling the weight of constant involvement. Furthermore, focusing on self-care can be transformative for parents in later life. Engaging in hobbies, setting new goals, or learning new skills can redirect energy that would otherwise be spent worrying. Activities like gardening, painting, volunteering, or even discovering a new passion can help parents find joy in each day, enrich their lives, and build a sense of fulfillment. Travel and exploration provide opportunities to create new memories and experience different cultures, offering fresh perspectives that enhance mental and emotional well-being. These experiences are not only fulfilling in themselves, but also create a more well-rounded, relaxed presence that children can appreciate and respect. Additional stories and insights. There's a deeply moving story about a 60-year-old couple who, after many years of hard work and dedication, found themselves embarking on an unexpected journey as primary caregivers once again. Their children had long grown up and moved on, one son with a family of his own in a distant city, while the younger son remained close by, though deeply absorbed in his demanding job. So, when circumstances required that someone care for his 6-month-old twins each day, it was his parents who readily stepped up, even though they were beginning to feel the weight of their years. For the next 6 months, this elderly couple's daily lives revolved around their grandchildren, filling their home with the tender sounds of coos, cries, and laughter, but also with exhaustion and growing physical pain. Each day, the grandfather would feed the twins, rock them to sleep, and undertake the tiring task of bringing them to and from kindergarten, while the grandmother, with aching joints, took on the cooking, cleaning, and nurturing duties. Every task was performed with unwavering love, yet the strain of caring for young children soon took a toll on their aging bodies. The once small aches and pains transformed into chronic discomfort, yet they pressed on out of a deep sense of duty and love. They didn't complain or mention the growing physical hardships to their son or his wife, perhaps not wanting to burden them. However, with each passing day, the weight of their responsibilities grew, and their bodies could no longer keep up with the demands. The grandfather eventually suffered an accident, an injury serious enough to require hospitalization, leaving him bedbound and unable to assist with household tasks. The grandmother, too, faced her health challenges. With her joint pain becoming so severe, she struggled even to hold a pot in the kitchen. The couple, who had lived a life of resilience, now found themselves facing the vulnerability of age, unable to carry out the daily tasks that once came so naturally. It wasn't until then that their son and his wife began to truly understand what his parents had been quietly shouldering all along. Initially, they viewed their parents' support as a given, something that was almost owed to them, a duty of all parents. But with both parents incapacitated, the younger couple was suddenly responsible for every chore, every meal, every trip to the kindergarten, and every nap time for the twins. They quickly discovered just how overwhelming the smallest daily tasks could feel, realizing that for so long, they had relied heavily on their parents without truly acknowledging or appreciating it. Each household task that now fell on their shoulders felt like a small, humbling lesson in gratitude. The son and his wife began to recognize their dependence on his parents for even the simplest things they had taken for granted, perhaps assuming these were just what parents were supposed to do. In time, this experience opened their eyes to the importance of independence, not only for themselves but as a way of honoring their parents' lives and well-being. As they slowly took over each task, from grocery shopping to household chores, they grew closer as a couple and developed a newfound strength and resilience together. What started as a burden transformed into a shared journey of learning and mutual support, allowing them to grow as individuals and as a family. They began to understand that by becoming more self-reliant, they could give their parents something priceless in return: peace of mind and a chance to rest, knowing their children were capable of standing on their own. This hard-won wisdom became a turning point, bringing peace to their entire family and a renewed respect for the silent, selfless love their parents had shown them. In another poignant story, we encounter a young man of 27 who, after years of study, had secured a promising job at a major company and was ready to build a life with his partner. This relationship, filled with love and plans for the future, was deeply important to him, and he looked forward to starting a family with this woman. Yet, he found himself facing a challenge that was both unexpected and deeply painful. His mother, whom he had always respected and loved, did not approve of his choice of partner. Driven by her own ideals and perceptions, she found fault with the woman he had chosen, even questioning the young man's choices in career and living arrangements. At every turn, his mother inserted her opinions, and while he tried to respect her views, her incessant interference weighed heavily on his heart. She insisted that he would be better off if he followed her advice and life path, making his decisions feel like battles between his desires and his need for her approval. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Over time, her persistent involvement began to wear him down, creating a sense of oppression that clouded his once bright hopes for his future. His relationship, once a source of joy, was now strained by the mother's constant scrutiny, and he often found himself torn between his mother's wishes and his partner's growing discontent. The weight of his loyalty clashed with his need for freedom, building an emotional storm that could no longer be contained. One day, this internal struggle erupted into a painful confrontation. He explained to his mother that he needed space to make his own choices, even if they led to mistakes, that he could not live a life defined by her expectations without sacrificing his happiness. This confrontation changed their relationship, and though the young man felt relief in reclaiming his autonomy, it came with a bittersweet cost. His mother, hurt by his insistence on independence, grew distant, and their once warm bond was strained. To protect his happiness, he had to establish boundaries, leading him to gradually distance himself from the family he once held so close to. Through this, he came to understand a profound truth: even love, when it becomes overbearing, can stifle and harm. As much as he wished his mother could see his choices as valid, he recognized that he needed to prioritize his own happiness and personal growth. In time, This difficult experience taught him and his mother an invaluable lesson. Parents may have the best intentions, but love and guidance must allow space for independence. His mother began to realize that supporting her son did not mean controlling his choices, but rather respecting his ability to navigate life's challenges on his terms. This story, though painful, serves as a reminder that for a family's love to endure, mutual respect is essential. By supporting rather than steering, parents can foster a happy relationship that allows their children to thrive, while children can embrace their freedom with gratitude for the support they have received. In both of these stories, we see how the journey to independence is often filled with struggle and heartache, but ultimately brings families closer in a bond of respect and understanding. The sacrifices made by parents and the growing pains of children come together to weave a tapestry of love that stands the test of time, honoring both the legacy of the past and the hope for the future. Thank you for joining us on this journey of family, love, and the sometimes difficult path to independence and mutual respect. Stories like these remind us of the importance of recognizing the sacrifices made by those who love us and the value of setting boundaries that allow us all to grow. As you reflect on these heartfelt stories, we'd love to hear from you. What have you learned from these experiences? Share one lesson or insight that resonates with you and that you're inspired to put into practice in your own life. If you found this video meaningful, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more inspiring content.